Chicago police officer apparently fired at a person in Humboldt Park early.
New overnight, 2 men are dead after an overnight shooting on the southwest side.
Well, breaking overnight, one person is dead and 3 others are hurt after 3 drive-by shootings across the city.
Tonight, 2 men are dead after a shooting on the near west side.
And it happened. A wild and frightening night on the city's south side. At least 5 people shot, starting at a gas station, and some of the victims.
Now to some breaking news. A mass shooting in Inglewood leaves 1 man dead and 3
Breaking right now at 4:30, a brazen shooting a block from St. Sabina in the middle of 79th Street, leaving 1 person dead and a second in the hospital. Our Sabrina Franzi.
Hail Zamint, peace gods and goddess. How much more death of yourself must you see? How much more of this can you take? Or am I witnessing my own generation and those after me? Am I watching a group accept its fate? Am I watching a group of us accept the fact that this genocide is happening and that there is virtually nothing that we can do? Is this what I am seeing? I've already seen this from the older generation. I have seen the older generation essentially accept this. I've seen the older generation pretty much roll over. You understand? And now we are watching the younger generation do the same. The difference between this generation is that fury on the inside, they can no longer fucking contain it. They can no longer contain the anger on the inside. They can no longer contain the self-hate. They can no longer hold that shit in from generation after generation after fucking generation of it being passed down and being virtually fucking ignored. This generation cannot handle it. Do you understand? And then the adults are so fucking terrified to face the fucking monsters that they have created within these children that they separate themselves and judge the children as if that is not a reflection of their creation, a reflection of their very own internal battles. What do you think that these young girls learn to not wear their own hair? What do you think these young girls learn to dress and to carry themselves the way that they carried? These are fucking children. I'm 26. I'm virtually a fucking child in this shit. What do you think a lot of this has been learned from? I am watching my people accept defeat. I am watching my people accept genocide. During slavery, there was 2 types of slaves. There was the type of slave that made it off the boat onto the fucking land, and there was the type of slave that couldn't even stand the bondage on the boat, so they fucking jumped off. Death before dishonor. But you know what we have chosen? We have chosen generation after generation after generation after generation of fucking dishonor. Now these young men don't know what to do. They don't have no purpose. When they look at older black men, they don't have anything to look at when it comes to older black men. So they don't respect older black men. They don't respect older black women. They might have a little bit more respect for older black women, considering that was the man of the fucking household. We are living through a generation that is accepting its own fate. A generation that believes that it can save itself by mixing itself with another fucking race. Believes that its own domination is rooted in the fact that they can go have sex with the opposite race. A generation of men that does not see the value of having a black woman, and a generation of black women that does not see the value of having a black man. And you ask me why I proclaim fascism. And you ask me why it is necessary. in Chicago, the black population from 2020 has decreased by 30,000. Of that 30,000, approximately 14,000 that is fucking black men. Okay, everybody knows that gun violence here in Chicago is running rampant. Who is the main victim of that? Well, 85% of that, according to the Public Health Journal, is fucking black people. And of that percentage, 92 are black males from the age of 20 to 39. That means our military age black men are wiping themselves the fuck out because they do not know where to place that anger, and they do not know how to deal with the self-hate. They do not know how to deal with being in a society that is rejecting them the very manhood that they saying that they are supposed to fucking have. And you ask me why I claim fascism. You ask me why, when you see such degeneracy within our own internal population, that's not even addressing the outside threat from the Anglos and from the Jews and from the who else decides to fucking give us problems. That's not addressing that. We're just addressing the inside issues because we cannot address anything on the outside if we do not correct the inside. I believe that in order for this race to move forward, the loud group of this population, which is that of the people that are sick with the virus that is being American, they have to be silenced. No longer can we allow the degenerate part of our population to be the loudest. The age of the passive, understanding black nationalist is over with. No, that does not exist anymore. It does not. When I say that I am working hard for the black population, trust and believe that I do not believe that that is including the whole entire population. It is not. Chicago is just a few years away from virtually not having a black population anymore. I mean, pretty soon we're gonna have the National Guard here, whether you guys want it or not. Chicago is going to become a surveillance state. It already is. Our neighborhoods are being virtually gentrified by corporate giants, bringing in new schools and all these different types of facilities, pushing us to the very suburbs that they forced us out of a couple years ago. And you look around and you ask, what is the population doing? Hosting music awards, podcast awards, hosting barbecues, just still shucking and jiving like they always been. And you ask me why I claim fascism. I believe that the race needs more than just unity. It's not just unity that it needs. It's not just self-defense anymore that it needs. And it most certainly isn't just money. Our population, our race, needs an entire new culture. A culture centered around being disciplined, centered around being militaristic, centered around being race conscious and putting the race first no matter what. No matter what, under no circumstance does anything come before the race. Having dignity, having dignity within the race, having pride within the very skin color that you wear, having pride in the texture of your hair, having pride in the very woman that gave you birth and that will give birth to your future generations. This is what fascism is about. It is taking pride, such pride in the race, that you will not even allow the internal degeneracy. You will not allow for internal disruption, let alone outside. I believe that in order for this population to survive here in America, it's going to take more than unity. It's going to take force. Force from within to detox the toxicity of America from within our population and push that outward. This is why I claim fascism. This is why I cling on to fascism.